Welcome to the Knights of the Smith dinner table actual play video of our Saga of the Sun and Scale campaign. And as per usual for this game, I will turn the handles over to Mike.
Today I'm the village idiot because I just felt like saying that. When last we left our heroes, use that term loosely, they've finally gotten some headway on this journey, had a long conversation about the benefits of shopping, and finally did enough to reach level 4. And level 4 is a fun level in Pathfinder 2 because that's a feat level, a class feat level. People get more powerful, things go more boom. And sometimes people come to you with ideas. And with that, we're going to start this session. As you guys entered into town, sun just tucking beneath the horizon. And Flint, you're riding on top of the wagon as you normally do. And as you do, you see tucked against the side of a building a stack of stones with a helmet placed on top, which you recognize as a shrine to Gorham. What do you do?
I assume Adira is driving, so I'll have her stop and I'll just kind of hop out. I won't say a whole lot. I'll say, stop here. And I'll hop out and walk over towards the shrine.
Do you need us to wait, or should I just go on to the inn down the way?
Go ahead. I'll catch up.
So they carry on to the inn. Inside, like the doors open, and inside you see there's a man working at a small forge. There's a myriad of weapons and armor that adorn the walls, and he looks up at you, looks you over. Greetings, warrior. Need that armor mended? Your weapon sharpened?
No, I've maintained them pretty well. I was just stopping in. I saw your shrine out front.
Are you sure? Because there looks to be 2 moderately patched over holes in your armor.
And Flint will kind of look down and like rub across it. And, Merk mended it earlier in the day, but couldn't get all the blemishes out.
Merk couldn't mend your armor because Merk did not have a forge.
Oh, okay. I thought we said he did.
No, he fixed the wagon.
Gotcha. Well, then I wouldn't have said that. I would have offered to, if you don't mind helping me take it off, and if you've got a minute.
For a follower of our Lord in Iron, of course. And he helps you take off the armor. Spends about 30 minutes patching up the holes, smoothing it out. Very quick. You would have expected this to take at least triple that amount of time. And all the while, he's asking you about your deeds. What have you done? What battles have you fought lately?
Well, the recent markups on that armor were from a saber tooth. Didn't go as planned. Definitely not as planned.
You're alive and it's dead, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it went perfectly to plan.
It went perfectly, not to plan. I fought a Hydra a while back when I came across this crew I'm currently running with. Good people. Odd fellows, but good people. What was the other big thing we had? We had the thing after the Hydra. Thought we had a big thing. I don't know. I don't remember. But I'll list off the few adventures we've done thus far, and then mention a few things from my time with the militia back in the good old days, the golden days as they were.
So you got to sit on your ass and grow old.
Yeah, trying not to.
It's good that you found your fight again. And he puts your armor back on you, and you could tell that it was patched, but he kind of worked in a little bit of embellishment so that it looks like it was a part of the armor itself rather than a patch. What weapon do you wield?
I recently acquired this, and I assume he would have seen my axe, since it's not a small item.
Right.
So I'll hand it to him and let him inspect it.
That's not a true blade of Gorum.
You're not wrong. I've always been fond of axes, so this has been a blessing, not from Gorum, but from my childhood.
But how can you lead in his name without a blade that our Lord in Iron has blessed?
I think my days of leading are over. I'm more than happy to pay respect to him, and he's blessed me with many things along my career, and I think now it's time for me to just teach, to do and to teach.
One doesn't teach from the front lines. May I bless this for you?
Aye.
And he runs his hand over the blade, and it becomes a great sword.
Nice.
And he hands it back to you and says, use this with his blessing and prepare yourself, Marshal Flint. For battle is always there for those who look for it.
Aye. And I'll grab the sword back from him and kind of wield it, looking at it. Testing my hand.
It feels like it's made for you. It's kind of spiky off of the crossguard. He tells you it is Gorum's Thorn.
Gorum's Thorn. Yeah, buddy.
It's not like it was in first edition. I'll upload a PDF of what it does, but it is just a +1 greatsword that, while it is in the hands of somebody who worships Gorum, gains the deadly D12 trait.
Jesus.
The first edition Gorum's Thorn was a +1 keen greatsword.
Right.
That allowed you to trip against giants and things of that nature. You also now have the minor boon of Gorum.
Which I can make a weapon anytime I need, right?
Correct. And that patch on your armor always seems to be almost welling blood.
And what's this all about?
Why? Our Lord in Iron has blessed you. If that blood ever turns to rust, you'll know that blessing is gone and you have reached his disservice.
Wowzers. Well, thank you very much. I haven't ran across very many Gorum followers in the past years. And then I'll shake hands with him or salute or whatever he prompts, and then walk out.
As you walk out, and the door closes behind you, The sound of the forge instantly stops. As if that door was soundproof.
Wow. I'll spend a few minutes here at the shrine outside.
There is no shrine.
And it's all gone? Okay. So, thinking back, was he taller than me?
Had a good couple of inches on you, yeah.
I'll just kind of smirk, laugh to myself a little bit, and then continue up the street to the inn.
You guys are enjoying your time in the Ruby Axe. Standard 1 silver a night for the party. It's fairly late at this point. It seems like the entertainment has gone full swing already. There's somebody playing on stage. What is everybody going to do with their evening?
I'm just gonna go to bed at this point if it's already late.
Yeah, you guys had a couple hour delay with the wagon, which is why you ended up in town after nightfall.
Yeah, Merk is probably definitely tired after all the work on the wagon. So he will forego the little bit of extra coin this time and go to his room.
Yeah, I think I will go to bed for the night as well.
Cinder will also retire to his quarters, not nearly as exquisitely purchased as the one previous in town, but he gets a private room.
Okay. So, everyone goes to sleep. Cinder, you awaken alone in a smoke-filled space. You can't see the walls, the ceiling, or the floor. You just feel ground underneath your feet. It's a large space, and as you're looking around, it's decidedly empty, other than you. And as you're sitting there, a voice fills the room. Welcome to all of you foolish creatures who thought they could feast upon my whelp and there would be no consequences. The voice cuts off, and you hear confused in your head. Why is there only one of you?
Yeah, like, hello?
Yes, you, creature. Why is there only one of you here? There should be at least 30.
At least 30.
Yes, there was enough portions of that heart that it could have fed at least, at the maximum, 33 of you, and those adventurers were compelled to distribute the heart.
Well, you see, Cinder was really, really hungry and very, very, very poor. And I found some meat on a dock and I just wolfed it down. It was very spicy. I'm Cinder, by the way.
You ate the heart.
Well, it was dark. I didn't know what it was until I, got a good look at it later. Someone was like, "How dare you!" and I ran because I'm a goblin and people don't like us doing anything, like especially if we stole something to eat. Did I do something wrong?
This is not how I foresaw this happening.
So there was supposed to be more than 5 of me. Others. Like 32?
Yes, the adventurers who thought they claimed a great victory over one of my lesser whelps. we're actually hit with a compulsion to distribute that meat amongst the powerful. Are you powerful?
I mean, I'm doing okay now. Like I'm throwing fire. That's new. That came with some issues. Yeah, like an accidental. We got a couple accidental arsons and about a 5-year prison stint of my 12-year life, which I'm not complaining. I mean, it wasn't great, but what's your name, by the way? I'm Cinder.
You feel eyes on you, but you don't see anything. As if you're being studied. You're the only soul I have, so you're going to have to do until I can work up something else. But this, you won't work as you are. If you're to be my harbinger, my scion, then you need to be more than just a goblin.
Well, I'm also a talented. I can tell stories, and I'm pretty good at the pickpocket, and I've been told that my voice is actually not bad.
You feel as if something has just entered your brain, as the knowledge of certain cantrips that you had just gets ripped from your skull.
Ow! Rude!
You feel your skin toughen, your nails kind of form into talons, and your teeth feel a bit sharper and larger.
Well, goblins are mostly heads, so that must be tremendous.
And after the searing pain of having knowledge ripped away from you, the voice is back, much better. You might be worthy of being my harbinger.
Can I have a name to whom I am the harbinger and scion of? Because, I mean, if I'm supposed to be your harbinger, shouldn't I, be able to announce your, name and will and whatnot? Otherwise, this feels like I'm just... I don't know. It seems so informal. Even, gang bosses have, dudes that are like, this is Scrawny Ed. Scrawny Ed, controls the Eastern Docks. You're not Scrawny Ed, are you?
No, my name is Glarataxis.
Glarataxis. Did I get that right? Knowledge? Do I, Arcana or anything on this?
That would be more,
Still crying.
give me an Underworld really wouldn't work. Yeah, you can try an Arcana check. This would be more lore history, or lore warfare would even work on this one, but Underworld not so much.
Well, Cinder just happened to roll a crit 20 because she sort of left fingers in my mind when she ripped out my thoughts.
Yeah, Glarataxis is a red dragon who has periodically plagued towns and settlements in this area for almost 200 years. He vanishes for a bit and then pops back up to ravage communities and then disappears again.
Cinder will keep his information to himself, but the guy seems kind of like a dick.
You are now my herald, Cinder. You are the herald of Glarataxis, overlord of Varisia. Prepare for my coming. And you wake up, and the bed is on fire.
Ah! Not again! Not again! Not again! I immediately grab all the sheets and I put them in a pile, and then I use gust of wind to put them out, and then I'm looking around, and the room's actually still kind of smoky, and now I'm freaking out, and I'm rocking back and forth in a corner, and I'm crying, and my skin's hot, and all my tears are coming down, but they're turning into steam coming off my face, and I'm not in a good place right now, guy. Freaking out.
Those of you who are sleeping nearby, go ahead and roll me perception checks.
19.
You're awake.
You said roll perception?
Yes.
Ooh.
I got an 18.
You're awake.
Natural 2028. That's going to be my only one of the night.
You're awake.
27.
27, you're awake. Yeah, there's a disturbance going on in Cinder's room.
I'll make my way there.
Yeah, I'll grab my new longsword and bust through my door and bust
Oh.
through his door.
Great sword. It
Yeah,
is a
great
great
sword.
sword.
It's like a sword, but it's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Anyway, I am rocking and I'm crying and I'm freaking the fuck out.
Cinder looks different. His skin is reddish where it wasn't that tone previously.
Cinder, you're right.
It happened again. I couldn't help it. I didn't mean to do it. Please don't put me back in jail. I didn't mean to.
What'd you do?
The bed caught fire again, like it used to, like when I didn't know what I was doing.
Cinder, did you wet the bed again?
I feel like this is the opposite of wetting the bed, but in the same concept, it's also wetting the bed. That's a good example.
Cinder, did you twerk the bed again?
Yeah, when I first started throwing fire, I couldn't control it, and now I woke up and the bed's on fire. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Don't put me back in jail.
I mean, did something
sorry.
happen to you? Did something happen before bed?
There's a dream and some Gary Dragon, Gallica.
And
Yeah, I
as
got everything from Merk. I don't know dragons.
Flint will kind of walk towards Cinder, like as he's babbling, and once he gets within 10 foot of him, some of Cinder's kind of fears about the dream seem to be relieved a little bit.
I gotta step away for just a moment.
And so Flint will just reach a hand out to Cinder and say, "Get up, just get up."
I'm a herald or a scion, and there's a dragon, and he burns stuff for the last 200 years, and I don't want to burn stuff. Well, I don't want to burn towns. I'd like to burn bad guys, but burning. I'm so scared.
Then Flint got a 19 on lore warfare, to see if he could even understand what Cinder was talking about with the Galatastria or whatever her name was.
Gallica.
Cinder, I don't 100% understand magic in general or whatever's going on with you. But I don't think anything was here. Do you think you can just chalk it up to a bad dream, and then he'll kind of like notice his arms?
I will.
Yeah, then I look at my arms and my teeth and I'm like, I mean, I've had bad dreams, but this is weird.
Merk is going to cast Detect Magic.
No magic auras are lingering.
This is weird. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burn the bed. Don't put me back in jail.
I'll walk up closer, get a better look at him.
You give me a bardic knowledge check.
Autism. 25.
25. This is the kind of changes that you are actually going through as well. He's been touched by a dragon.
I guess you are kind of a mighty dragon now. Only kind of.
What are you talking about, Merk?
He's apotheosizing like I am.
So you're showing possession before an S?
No. Apotheosis.
Okay.
He's becoming dragon just like I am.
Oh,
And
Wow.
that actually probably be easier to see in the dark with low lights. I'm shining a much brighter silver now.
Yeah, Merk's snout elongated a little bit longer. His scales are more prominent and shinier.
just feel like a lot of visual changes happened here because there's just like an aura buffeting around me, and now we've got a shiny Cinder and a shiny Merk.
And then I'm just here with my eyes out.
And I'm just, kind of just chilling with my bow and just
Looking like a normal
group. Yeah.
Just looking like the token human.
Yep.
It does
Everyone's
get
gotta have
cool
one.
stuff. My tail just gets longer.
So
So what happens now to Cinder Merk? He just keeps changing?
So is this kind of like goblin puberty?
no, there. I mean, maybe if
In
the
his
scales
case,
were
I would
accurate.
say yes.
Cinder, your voice does sound a little different today.
Yeah.
Less phlegm.
Well, I feel like it's I'm becoming a man.
And are you confused about the changes in your body that are about to happen?
Look, guy, I've been changing since I started. Like, I woke up in a baby cage. That's the first thing I remember. And then youth games a Kilgall on the docks, and then I was in prison for more than a third of my life, and now I'm trying to be a hero, and then I was throwing fire and light and stuff, and now look at me, I'm a walk-in. These things could open a cask of wine. God. As I stare at my own claws that are just there all the time now.
Yeah, and they're kind of like dull charcoal.
Can you still make fire?
Got a little one to put to bed. I'll be right back.
No problem.
I start off as slow as I can, and first I'll just do a spark with prestidigitation, and then I'll move to a produce flame, and then I'll go ahead and erupt my claws, and then I actually start to get I'm gonna go ahead and drop a blur, and I actually start to shimmer with heat waves, and it's throwing off my image. Yeah. But
I'd say so. And some.
Yeah,
So-
when you pop your claws, they get longer, and then the tips are almost start smoldering like charcoal does when it's about ready to be cooked with.
It looks like you learned a few new tricks, so maybe we can hone them and they'll be useful to you here soon.
I hope so. There's a big red dragon that wants to burn down everything, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
dragons
preferable.
dragons aren't impossible to beat, so we'll get to that when we get there.
Apparently, this heart I ate was supposed to go to 32 other people. Like, there's supposed to be like some plot, but I guess I ate it all.
And you didn't share, huh?
Well, I guess it was
Just
supposed to go out and be like everyone. Like, I think she wanted an army, and all she got was a cinder.
So does that mean you're going to be like a super cinder dragon thing because you ate it all?
Oh no.
Well, the heartburn is extra wicked today.
I mean,
I
Yeah.
pop a Tums.
those haven't been invented yet. Yeah. You eat chalk.
Yeah, no, I actually have chalk in my bag for that reason. I eat chalk. All right. So I'm gonna go talk to the inn owner and pay for these burnt sheets. Because I was told by his pip that I should try to pay for any damages that I might cause
Well, I'll go with you just in case they try to make any trouble about it.
Okay, you're not putting me in jail again, right?
I
didn't mean to do
I legally can't put you in jail anymore.
Well, what about citizen's arrest? Is that not a thing?
Eh.
Okay.
And so I'll gather up all the linens while I assume Cinder stares at a claws still. Then I'll walk down with them and talk to the barkeep or whoever's still up in the inn.
Yeah, they go up and take a look at the damages and go, oh, well, we'll need a new mattress. We'll need some new linens. That'll just, you're paying for the damages. It'll be 3 silver pieces.
Oh, okay. Cinder is very sorry and embarrassed.
You didn't kill anyone in there, did you?
No.
Well, then these things happen.
Okay.
It's this is little halfling woman's, like, you know.
The last time I accidentally did this, I got put in jail. I don't want to go to jail. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. It happened in the sleep.
Well, you're paying for what you damaged, and that's a good thing. That's better than other goblins we've had who just wreck things and leave.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a boon to society.
Well,
Thank
you're doing a good job.
Yeah, Cinder's doing a good job. All right.
I'll try to pat him on the back and usher him back upstairs.
Cinder's just going to go ahead and sleep in the fireplace for right now, just to be a little careful.
He's going to be cozying up next to Santa Claus.
Well, yeah, I also have a nice passive heat resistance, so I'm just going to sleep on the hearth so I don't light anything on fire.
Oh, poor Cinder.
So worked out.
And
All
Sean will
right.
pull a chair over by the fireplace and finish a nap till the morning next to Cinder, just so he doesn't have to be lonely Cinder anymore.
The rest of the night passes without incident. Obviously, with those cutscenes, Cinder went Dragon Disciple. Flint took the Marshal dedication.
Pretty fancy.
What did you get for 4th level, Percy?
I got directed channel and continual recovery.
Klaus, what'd you pick up?
So I got Hunter's Aim for my class feat for level 4. So get a +2 circumstance bonus on strike whenever I am firing against hunted or my hunted prey. So yeah, a little extra bonus there to hopefully make me a little more accurate.
I also picked up for my skill feat, I picked up Intimidating Prowess. So now when I can physically menace somebody, I get a +1 to my intimidations.
Nice. What's Marshal give you?
So Marshall is pretty cool. Choose diplomacy or intimidation. I obviously went with intimidation. You're surrounded by a Marshal's aura and a 10-foot emanation. The aura has the emotion, mental, and visual traits. Grants you and your allies within the aura a +1 status bonus to saving throws against fear.
Nice. So anyone within 10 feet of you, harder to scare.
Yep.
Nice. Mark, what'd you pick up for 4th level?
So I picked up my Dragon Disciple dedication with the Silver Dragon Instinct. Picked up a new skill, Thievery, just because it seems to fit. And for spells, I picked up one that I think is going to be a lot of fun, called Blood Vendetta.
Ooh, I just looked at that today.
I did too.
Sweet.
So it's a reactionary spell. If someone hits me and causes damage, I use my reaction to curse them, and they immediately start taking 2d6 persistent bleed every round, and they get a will save. They have to get a critical success to have nothing happen. If they just get a success, they take half the persistent bleed. Failure, they get the full bleed. And critical failure, it's double persistent bleed.
As well as they have a weakness to piercing and slashing weapons if they fail.
Yep.
That is a fun spell.
I thought so.
Right?
Here, I've got you guys all the way over on my other screen. I should put you.
All right.
That way I'm not
So,
looking
yeah.
at it right.
Next morning, you guys wake up rested despite the incident that happened. Flint's armor has changed ever so slightly. The place where the holes were looks to have some sort of like stylized filigree around it now that seems almost red and wet. And his axe is now a sword. And then Cinder looks just like a dragon goblin. Merk's a bit more draconic looking. Klaus looks just as human as ever. And Percy needs to go potty, so somebody let her out. What's the plan here in Vasselwiff? Are you guys just getting right back to the road, or
What the hell?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
because we wanted to keep pushing towards the big town coming up, right?
Yep.
So
the push to Korvosa? So, heading to Korvosa, you've got two more stops. Hallin's Cove and Veldrin. After that, you will be at Korvosa. To get to Palin's Cove,
I got to restart the toolkit.
no problem. It's going to take a day and a half to get there. So let's see if any of these newfangled abilities are going to come into play day one. Possibly. As you guys are setting up camp, something happens. Percy, give me a D20 roll.
I got a 7.
A 7?
Is this like day 1 on our trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, the camp. Are you guys dead?
Oh,
You what?
I said, hello, the camp. Are you guys dead?
I was listening to
Oh.
Cheryl in the
Well,
background.
you said hello the camp, and then there was a really long pause, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's just like telling James camp map. Like,
Oh,
okay,
no. Somebody's approaching the camp.
perception check. 20.
20. You see him. He's wearing a tricorn hat, has a very blousy shirt, some sort of weapon on his hip, and walks with the gait of somebody who spends most of their time at sea.
I got a 26 on perception.
I don't trust this guy.
Let me
See
guess.
him as well.
I'll just walk straight towards him.
Let me guess. Does he have a wagon that has broke down?
I'll find out.
I'll go with him. I'll go with Flint.
Hi, sir. How can I help you?
I saw the camp and thought maybe you would have a place for a tired sailor for the evening.
Well, certainly. What are you doing out here? I don't see any waters around.
And he lets out just this defeated sigh. I am working my way back to Magnamar by foot.
Is it Magnamar the other direction? Or did he come from?
He's coming from the south, which is where you're going.
Okay. Are you meeting up with a ship there, or why Magnamar?
Well, that's where I have some trading concerns. I don't have any dealings with the Korvosans, and he spits when he says that.
No. Korvosa's rubbed you wrong, huh?
Oh, they're just a bunch of neophyte Chelish. They like to claim they're independent from Chelish rule, but deep down, all they are is trying to be them.
Understandable. I'll kind of motion for him to walk back towards camp with us, because I assume Klaus and I met him outside of camp.
Right.
So what do you trade in?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It really depends on what's in market. Sadly, my last ship, the Bountiful Maiden, may she rest well, got attacked by some creature off of nearest Palin's Cove is where I ended up washing up.
What kind of creature was this?
It was big, and it happened at night. It happened so fast that I didn't even get a good look at the thing. That's the problem with the sea. Sometimes...
Can I sense motive? See if I can tell if
Absolutely.
he's telling the truth.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. I think that's what's in smoke, or is it diplomacy?
I think it's society. isn't it?
Perception.
Oh, it's perception. Okay,
19 total.
19.
Throw one out too. I just didn't do one because, that's a 19 on the die, so 27.
Nice.
A 27. It sounds plausible to you, Klaus. Flint, whenever he starts talking about the specifics of what he does, the vagueness of which he answers you has got your cop senses tingling.
So as we're walking, I'm going to grab him on the shoulder and squeeze him pretty good. And I'll say, now, if you're here to start any trouble, we'll make short work of you. And honesty is always my best policy. And I'll roll intimidate to try to get him to be a little more forthcoming. Another 19. So
Jesus.
that is a 30. Like, I'm really squeezing his shoulder.
You don't work for Korvosan government, do you?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm a freebooter out of Magnamar. They don't really talk about it very much because they don't want them to know that we're jacking Korvosan traders that are leaving the port.
So you're just a bandit. And nothing more, nothing
Pirate.
less.
I'm a privateer, thank you. I have a writ.
So where's the rest of your troop at?
They died. I was the only one who got off of the boat in time.
And not a very good one.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was a brine dragon.
My dog does not like brine dragons.
Until that creature attacked us, I was doing quite well, thank you. We had taken down 3 Korvosan trading ships and 1 military vessel. And then we got hit by this beast.
So Flynn will kind of sit him down by the fire and motion for everyone else to come near. And he'll say,
D, what are you doing?
he's a pirate, piece of shit
No.
scum. I don't care for him. Whatever you guys want to do
Yeah, come here. Give me a
doesn't
squeeze.
bother me.
I want to squeeze.
I
Whatever
mean-
you-
I met some decent pirates.
What's your name?
Flint's just
Wait,
gonna
why?
stand behind him. Not really associate anymore.
So
Captain-
I knew this lizard, right?
Mama.
Did you know a lizard pirate?
I'm gonna be like,
I-
Hush, Cinder, what's your name, kind sir?
Captain Flores.
No. If you don't have a ship, are you no longer a captain?
Go get Mama.
You're just Flores.
I have other ships.
Well, then you'd be commandant.
Admiral Flores.
Well, no, that's if he's in charge of a full fleet.
Oh. Mr. Badass over here.
Nah. See, we had a lizard pirate that just would talk about the waves
No.
whenever she actually spoke, which was not very often at all.
Yeah, but she died, I heard.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
sewers.
R.I.P.
Ritual.
Are you hungry at all, Captain? You need a snack?
If you're offering, yes. You're not going to feed me and then kill me, right? That wouldn't be very sporting.
I will not. And I'll go get some rations out of our wagon and give them to him.
I'd let you have your weapon first.
He's scanning the group. He looks you dead in the eye, Flint, and says, I will not draw my weapon to fight you, sir. If you must kill me, then you will do it with me being unarmed.
Okay.
Merk will look right over at Cinder and say, doesn't he have 2 arms?
Hey.
I hear a loophole.
These guns.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Just keep an eye on him so he doesn't get sticky fingers. But I mean, he can bed down. I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it. So are you going back to Magnamar? Is that what you said?
Yes, I started on foot on the driveway because I couldn't get passage in that town.
And you'll see Flint. He'll go to his bag, come back, kind of set himself up a makeshift desk, and he'll start writing a note of sorts.
He's not always like this.
Well, what do you guys want to do for a watch schedule?
I'll be at night because I can see in the dark.
Can I be with Jade whenever Jade goes?
I'll take first watch
That's
and
fine.
spend some quality time with Captain over there.
And I'll take last watch, I guess.
I'll gladly take a watch with anyone other than him.
You're on
Okay,
first watch
fine.
with me, Flores.
Look, I'm not even going to disagree with Sarge here.
All right, so we've got Percy and Jade, Flint and Sarge, Cinder and Klaus as 4 watches.
And so as we're on our watch, I'm going to talk with them and just not like directly ask, but I'm going to try to figure out typically how he does his operations and how he goes about it. The letter that I'm writing is I'm going to send a letter back to the guard in Magnamar and insist that they keep an eye and investigate for a Flores of sorts.
You're gonna be a snitch?
Well, I mean, he killed and pirated a military ship. That doesn't go well in my boat.
Right.
for lack of a
That
better
was
term.
funny.
He'll actually pull out his writ of mark from Mayor Grobascus from Magnamar
Yeah.
that bears that this person works for the Magnamarian government and the things that he does are at Magnamar's behest.
Oh wow. Okay, so he's good in Magnamar, doesn't like Korvosa, not the
Right.
opposite way around. Okay, I thought
Correct.
it was the opposite way around.
No, he's working for Magnemar, trying to destabilize Korvosa with piracy,
Gotcha.
which is technically not legal, but also technically legal because he has
Permission to do so. Yeah.
legal piracy.
Gray area.
But the rest of the evening passes without incident. Like, once you calm down in the interrogation, he's actually a very nice guy.
Yeah, I thought it was the opposite direction. So I
We're
would've
not
been a
very
little
trusting.
different, but yeah, I'm not real trusting in general, so that doesn't help.
Like, once you guys get over the fact that you're both you both are thinking that the other one's working for the opposite government, once you realize you're on the same team, it's like, I tell you what, if you guys manage to kill that creature, bring me its head or just even a tooth, I'll give you a ship.
So what kind of dragon was it? It was a
Brian.
brine.
He's fairly certain it was a brine dragon. Could have been a dragon turtle. But
I mean, did it blast you with a breath weapon?
it was dark. We're not certain exactly what happened. Whatever happened came from underneath the ship, took out a chunk of it, and then the ship went down.
And where was that bay he was located at, or where did he get hit?
He'll pull out the map. Because basically all he had was just his charts and his weaponry, and that's all he was able to get out. But he's, he pulls out a map. It's not, doesn't cover all of the ocean, but he's gonna, I guess it was around this area. My best guess. And then 2 of my men died from exposure before we made it to Palin's Cove. And the rest, I think, were just snacks.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see him off in the morning and then continue on.
Yeah, he goes about, starts walking up the road to Basilweth.
Watch out for Sabretooths.
It's a joke, right?
Do you guys think we should have gave him some food to take?
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Okay.
I mean, if he hurries, he can make it to town before nightfall.
He survived this far. He'll be all right.
Half-day journey to Palin's Cove. Mr. People Person himself, Flint, roll me a d20.
That's me. 15.
15.
I rolled a 19, a 19, and a 15, and a 15.
As you can see Palin's Cove just off of the horizon. And then you see looks to be a woman duck into the brush as you guys are coming closer.
Natural 1 perception check. So a 9.
Yeah.
I got a 27 on perception.
Got some dust in my eye.
Fair. Klaus, you're in the back of the wagon. Percy, you're on the front. What do you roll?
Yeah, I got a 14 perception.
14 perception. Well, those of you who didn't roll a nat 1, she wasn't trying to hide. You see a woman duck into the bushes as you guys are starting to approach.
I'll stop the wagon
Oh,
and tell Flint to get out.
hold on. Then he'll kind of hop out. What are we doing?
There's a lady in this bush. Go see if she needs help.
Why do you interact with every person you see?
What if she's hurt?
Mutter as he walks over. Where's she at?
That bush.
There's looks to be a small game trail that leads into a small copse of trees.
Ma'am? Hello?
Peeks from around a tree. Hi.
Are you hurt or injured, or do you need aid?
No. Why? Are you?
Flynn will just turn and start walking back. She doesn't need anything, Percy.
What's she doing?
Standing in a bush. I don't care. I just want to get to town.
Gosh, you slept on the wrong side this morning.
Why are you hiding in the bush? Did you do something wrong?
I just imagine Cinder's head like out of the wagon. Hey!
She comes
Looking like the toothiest, red-scaled, nasty goblin lizard thing. Are you hurt?
No, she's not hurt. I already asked her.
Why are you in the bush?
She holds up a string of rabbits. I'm just running trap lines. Didn't think I needed to qualify that.
No, you're
I didn't
fine.
think so either.
Oh, sweet cornies. Conies.
Conies.
Conies. Yeah.
All
Are we
right,
done here?
let's keep moving, guys.
Percy, do you want to go pee on her leg or something? You were interested in her.
No, I just wanted to make sure she was fine. If you guys are good with moving on, then that's fine with me.
Can we sense motive on her, I guess? She's holding the rabbits.
Go for it.
Get all this dust out of my eyes. Nope, sure didn't. I
I
got this. I think
got another natural 20, 28. Fun perception.
I mean, it sounds legit. I mean, why else would she be pulling up fresh rabbits?
Yeah, I believe her. You can see the rabbits right there. Let's go, guys.
Are you from Palin's Cove?
Yeah.
Anything neat in town we should see before we go through?
I mean, if you dislike smoke, stay on the edge of town.
Is everything on fire?
No, the factories.
Oh, what factories do you have in Palin's Cove?
The workhouses?
Yeah, I'm
Are you not
familiar.
from around here?
No, not quite.
She walks up. They make arms for Korvosa.
Mm-hmm.
Catapults, ballistae, trebuchets.
Huh. Okay. There might be something worth checking out.
I've always wanted a catapult.
Oh my gosh.
Trebuchet.
I've
Where are
always
we gonna
wanted to
put a catapult?
you.
Thank you, Mark.
Get a
What, can
small
we-
one and hitch it to the wagon.
Yeah, can we get a ballista for the wagon?
Alrighty, thank you for your information. Maybe we'll see you there. And I'm just gonna,
Jade looks. I mean, you could easily tow a catapult on this thing if you really
No.
wanted to.
Look at your name. No.
Yes.
Can we mount
We
a
have our own
ballista
artillery.
to the wagon?
I mean, the wagon's big enough you'd kill your half of your storage space, but yeah, you could probably put a ballista in the back of it.
Guys,
All right, off to town. Let's go.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a sound investment for our future. I'm not going to drop this.
Ever.
Like investing in a timeshare. Really, you're gonna make money off it.
Eventually, yeah.
Look, these bolts are every bit of 3.5 feet long. That's like me, but like shooting me screaming and pointy at something.
And we could use them as like tent posts if needed, so they're utility.
I will be
Right.
back in a moment. I have to tuck the child in, but Palin's Cove is a large town, population over 2,000 people, which means you could find up to level 5 magic items
Oh,
here.
level 5 now.
So if you want to take a look at those while I go tuck in,
Level
what's
5,
up,
I
Merk?
get an ability boost.
How much is a ballista?
What were you saying, Merk?
Merk, or not Merk, Cinder, you know that ballista bolts are like 8 to 10 feet long.
Even better.
He's not good with numbers. Remember, anything over 5.
Yeah, more than 5. It's more than 5 feet long. That is impressive.
Where are we going to put all those?
Well, the wagon is so very long. If you're so worried, I'll ride on the ballista. I'm not going to
Wouldn't
drop
that
it.
be convenient?
So, are we gonna upgrade our weapons while we're in town this time,
Yeah.
or you still want to
Or
wait?
are we
till
going to wait
Korvosa?
again? Yeah, that's my question. Because I still want to get the striking ruin to put on my longbow.
This seems like a good opportunity for a town that's literally made to make siege weapons and armaments.
So the striking rune is a level 6, I believe. Let me double check. So they wouldn't have. I don't think they'd have striking runes here.
Well, the last town was a level 4 and they had one
Yeah.
because we bought the one already. But what I was thinking about, which would be a good group investment, are a pair of healer's gloves for Percy.
What do those do again?
They increase your
Your medicine checks.
How much are they?
80 gold.
They wouldn't be bad. I mean, it'd be good for her. And if I don't know how much gold we have,
We got
Does it
enough.
Boost my roll. Or...
Hold on, I'm finding the exact.
Because we still need one more striking ruin, because Flint, you wanted to strike your ruin as well, right?
Right, and so once we get to Korvosa, we'll be there. I think we're going to be at Korvosa for
Uh-huh,
a number of days, so we can make the money that we want.
No. Striking is level 4. That's my bad.
So we could do it here. And while that's being done, we can mount a ballista to the back of the wagon.
No, I think we'll be out of money.
So healer's gloves. They give you a +1 item bonus to medicine checks, and then you can activate them for one action once a day. You can soothe a willing adjacent creature's wounds, restoring 2d6 + 7 to that creature. So that gives you a free heal spell and a +1 to your medicine checks. Which, I mean, that's the basics. That's what you're going to get right now is a +1 to whatever you buy, whatever magic item you get. So,
Okay.
but that gives you a free 2d6 + 7 battle medicine, essentially.
I mean, that's not hateful.
Yeah, it's at
how
least
much
9 HP to get somebody stabilized or.
How much are the striking runes?
65.
We're gonna have to spend 180 gold pieces for the 3 striking runes because I thought somebody else wanted one.
Oh yeah, we already bought one, so
Yeah.
We have one
Cinder.
for him. I'd like one.
yeah, Cinder 101. I know.
Right. So that's 180 gold pieces for the 3, and I think that includes. That's just the rune,
No, that's
right?
195.
Right. That's just the rune. I thought they were 60 apiece.
65.
Okay. So 195 gold then.
And how much do we have, like in the 290s?
235 now because we bought that rune.
5 remaining because we already bought one. Okay, got it.
235 remaining. We could pull off the healer's gloves.
Yeah, and then you 2 can get striking runes if you want them, or Klaus and I can get striking runes, and we'll wait on cinders just because you don't melee as much.
We'll see what comes up. If I can buy a ballista for a third of the price, I want to buy a ballista.
That would be pretty sick though, just to have Madeira on there and driving the ballista, and then cinder.
Yeah, I think Madeira would approve of that. I think
We
he
still
would think
talking
it's
about a ballista?
unnecessary.
Yeah,
We
honestly,
came back
I'm already
to
in the
it.
back anyway.
I mean, I could ask her, and I think she would. I can bother her for the 1 second that we need to ask her a question. Let me see.
Are you
I'll be
eating
right-
a Twix?
It's
Mike?
cheaper to buy the striking rune.
How much is a ballista?
Snickers ice cream
Under
bar.
first edition, 800 gold, so that would be between 80 and 100 gold.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Investment in the future.
Merk, do you already have guidance as one of your cantrips?
No.
Okay, because I was like looking at a couple different items for everybody, like that would kind of fit their niche. So there's the coyote cloak that we could get Madeira or Klaus. Gives a survival bonus. There's the pendant of occult or pendant of the occult, which gives you a +1 on your occult checks, and then gives you guidance as an innate spell for 60 gold. And then there's also Hat of the Magi, which is I think the same for
Arcana.
Arcana. And so that could go to Cinder. And it gives him the Prestidigitation cantrip as an innate spell for 50 gold. So I was just looking at different things we could pick up outside of just the runes, but I think healer's gloves and 2 runes is good, or if you guys would rather do an item, couple items.
I got back from speaking with the dwarf, and when I told her we were going through a town that is of flames and industry for war, she said burn it to the ground. And then I said we're thinking about getting a ballista to mount it to the wagon, and her exact words were, "That's fucking hot."
Just make sure you
she's
mute
humorous.
yourself when you go back in there.
I'm just saying, you know, we had the issue with the saber cat that picked someone up and tried to run, damaged the wagon. We could outdistance the saber cat and just sent long ballistas into its flank.
So
Question: who in the group knows how to use a ballista?
I
Not
assume I
I.
do.
Cinder
I mean-
will learn.
and it's a crew served weapon.
I'll bet. Oh, I'm all day.
What's the crew? I'm all about it. It's hot. Teach me.
I mean, it's just a big bow and arrow. That's all it is, right? I mean, I shoot
No.
those all the time.
I mean, it's a mechanism, like it's a whole thing. How do you become proficient with a ballista?
Well, they haven't put out the rules for it yet.
So lore warfare checks.
It would be more of a feat to pick up the.
Like a skill feat?
I would say it's more of a general feat.
I'm sure I got a general feat to throw away.
I'll throw it away to learn how to shoot a ballista.
Yeah, I mean, there's your crew right there. I'll do it too.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I haven't used. I haven't
It
used
requires a
Orc
crew
one
of
time.
3, and it takes 3 rounds to load it.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
Yeah.
3 actions now, right?
You all
That
are
could be-
fucking
No.
ridiculous.
No, that's 9 actions.
Yeah,
But
That
for each.
under first edition, that would be 3 full round actions.
but if you're on a wagon that's mobile, the wagon can run in circles for 3 rounds.
Our wagon's already been not mobile once.
Well, if it said 3 rounds, so it would be 3 people's turns. Load, set, fire. It could be
No,
all
that
3.
was 3 rounds of 3 people spending full round actions.
Yeah, so
Yep.
3 full rounds.
What's the damage on it?
1d12.
Back then it was 48. I don't know what it would be now.
All right.
What's its range?
Actually, the bow has a better range. It's 180 feet.
That's stupid then. Now, if it was like 300 foot, absolutely.
Or if it was like 6d8, absolutely.
Y'all making me wish I was playing first edition still and bringing my siege mage. There was a archetype from wizards that you lost 3 schools, but you could control siege engines with magic.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was a fun archetype.
How
All
would
right.
you transport that? In a bag of holding?
Reduce item, but at a certain point, it becomes mobile with your mind. You could actually move the catapult through magic.
All I heard was a self-driving catapult that I fired with my mind. You put
Pretty
a
much,
steering
yeah.
wheel on that. You still put a steering wheel on that thing, and you got like the Flintstones war machine.
Pretty
Okay.
sweet.
I'm super upset. Can we just have a line of heavy crossbows and just line them up?
Yeah. Any more bandits we come across, Cinder, you're more than welcome to fasten them to the side of the wagon.
But I feel like we need to like have the cover down, and then we'll put it back up if it's going to be a rainy day, because we need to be able to shoot out of this thing. That was awful.
Well, I mean, just roll the back of the cover up. I mean, keep the shade on you.
But I can't shoot out of the sides.
Just roll it. You don't have to take the whole cover off, do you? You can just roll it up.
Yeah, you could adjust how the cover is over the wagon.
I'd hate for your skin to get sunburnt.
I'm more likely to get frostbite.
All right, so we are heading into town now to see
Yeah.
a crazy fancy town or factory town.
Yeah, even once you start getting closer, you can tell there's thick black smoke rising from multitudes of factories.
All right, well, let's find somewhere to board the horses, and then what do you think about those gloves, Percy? You think we can get some that might fit your weird paw hands?
I mean, yes.
Well, let's see. It's midday now, so you can keep pushing forward and get another half day's travel, which will put you a day out from Veldrin. Or you can stop.
I guess we could do that. Do you want those gloves or not, Percy?
I mean, I feel like between Madeira and I, we have it covered.
Okay, you don't want a fancy magical item. Cool. Onward.
Just push it on through. Another half day of travel. Nothing happens. Same watch schedule.
Sure.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Flores, you're back.
Who had second watch?
Not me.
I don't know. I'm wherever Jade is.
Yeah, Percy and Jay.
Last.
They had second watch.
It was actually.
I think that's right.
Yeah, because I was first and Klaus was last.
Okay.
Percy, D20 roll.
I just threw that at my dog. I got a 6.
A 6.
6? Solid.
Epic encounter. Dun dun dun.
Every time.
The wheels are turning.
Percy, give me a perception check.
Yeah. My perception. I got a 20.
A 20. You hear what sounds like metal clanking together, approaching the fire.
Boy.
I'm gonna like shake Jade and be like, "Do you hear that? Do you hear that?"
Jade pulls her weapon, walks to the edge of the camp, and says, "Who goes?"
Dun, dun, dun.
Just a guardsman gathering prisoners from around to bring back to Korvosa. I have 4 criminals with me and just myself. May we approach? Jade looks back to you.
Sure, come on in.
Let me get Flint,
Uh,
and I'm gonna go wake everybody up.
What? Quit licking my foot. What?
There's people out here. There's a bunch of people, and Jade needs you. Fast. Come on. Come on.
Grab my sword and go. Push Percy onto the bed. Just like, get out of my way.
I'm gonna be like, ooh, cozy.
Warm spot.
The dog found the warm spot.
all right, and I'll get up with them, and I'll grab my bastard sword and just kind of stumble out of my little hooch. There's a word you don't hear very often.
This human dude showing Jade a badge of some sort and a writ, and there's 4.
Would it seem normal to Flint for there to be 4 prisoners to 1 guard on a trip like this? Kind of a check of sorts.
Give me a society check.
Oh shit! What about warfare? Because it was my job.
This
is my
this is less war and more bureaucracy, but I'll allow it to work since you were a guardsman.
Okay. So that is a 11 and a 7. So 18.
It's not how they'd have done it in Magnamar. They would have sent a small squad. But if it's just going around gathering prisoners to bring back to stand trial or serve time from the smaller places, it could conceivably be done by 1 person. I mean, he's a big dude. He's not out of shape or anything. And they're chained in between their legs, and then their hands are tied to the road chain as well.
And so they're just walking.
Yeah, they're walking. He's on horseback, and they're chained to the saddle of the horse.
Gotcha. Well, this isn't anything we would have done, but I guess this is your normal way to do it. I don't know. What do you need from us? So he approached camp, didn't he?
Yeah, he approached camp, saw the fire, and thought more eyes the better.
Certainly, come sit down. And Flint will go tie the road chain up against a tree there nearby camp, just so the prisoners can't go anywhere more than the spot allotted by the tree.
And he just watches you do that, like, oh, done this a time or 2.
Yeah. Well, I used to be a sergeant. Recently dubbed Marshal, but Marshal Flint Scarforged, formerly of Magnamar.
Oh, Connor O'Hannigan, Korvosan guardsman.
How long you been in?
16 years.
Ah, almost there.
Retirement.
I put my 27 in and got out.
Yeah, they've moved me from actual duty to going to the podunks and bringing in anyone that needs transported back to the jail.
Did you take an arrow to the knee?
No, why?
Just curious.
Yeah, they pulled me off the front lines and got in with the militia. Then they made me watch over the goblin quarter, and he'll kind of motion at Cinder. There's a few good ones out there.
I don't even think Cinder woke up.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he fell back asleep by the fire. He's like half laying in it, just like snoring.
You woke up if you said that there was a prisoner with a thing. When you motion and you say, "Yeah, there's some good ones," I flick off the guard, and then I roll over and warm my bare ass feet in the coals.
I imagine as Cinder like snores into the coals, there's just like an intensification of the fire every time he snores.
Pretty much, yeah. You're an odd group of adventurers, Marshall.
No idea.
Yeah. But they're all good fighters. Well, most of them. And then he'll kind of pat Percy on the head.
I got you.
A lot of attitude. Well, we're heading to Korvosa come morning, right? This is our last city through.
Tomorrow you'll hit Veldrin, which will be your last city through.
Oh,
and
okay.
then to Korvosa from there is about a 2.5 day trip. This dude's got a couple of weeks.
Right.
Because he's got slow people.
Well, I mean, it's up to the group, I guess, but we're going to, by way of Veldrin, and we'll be at Korvosa in a few days. I don't mind if you tag along.
Oh, I appreciate the offer. I'll just slow you guys down, though, with them. I don't know what Veldrin has to give me. They're my last stop before heading home.
Well, we'll at least give you a ride there.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And then I'll just kind of shoot the breeze with him for a little bit before going back to bed, I guess.
If there's a ship that's in town that's requisitionable, I could see about getting you guys berth on that. It'll be faster than the overland route.
But could we take our wagon?
I mean, big enough ship, yeah, it's going out to the ocean.
Fair enough.
One good turn deserves another.
What do you know about turtle dragons?
I just gotta get in my tent.
I haven't heard rumor of any of those in the waters around Korvosa for, my gran might have told me a story about a dragon turtle.
Anything about brine dragons? We were told that one uprooted a ship just outside of Palin's Point. Is that what it was called? Palin's
Cove.
Palin's Cove.
I don't work with the Navy, but I can ask when we get to town. I haven't heard any mobilization because of that, but I've also been out. I've been out on the road for a month.
Well, if you hear any rumors, I'll give him my info for a letter to Magnamar, I guess. I'll just have him send it to his pip. He's my attorney. So send it to here. We might be able to requisition a ship for ourselves, which could be useful to quite a few people, including yourself, especially when you retire. I've always wanted a boat to retire on.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
I don't know if there's anything special we need to know about Korvosa. I've never been.
Those three are going to have some problems. They don't really take kind to monstrous folk.
How
But
dare you?
Yeah, right, Cinder?
I mean,
Am
to
I?
be fair, he's being nice and giving us a heads up.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, why should this be any different than any other air quotes civilized society to cast aside monstrous humanoids? We're called monstrous just because we're not humans.
no, you're called monsters because you kill and eat people.
Kobolds
It's a
don't.
fact that everybody kills, and just because a few outliners decide just because you're a more civilized murderers and we are less civilized murderers does not make us any less civilized than you.
I think they kind of have it from like the years and years of you not being civilized, Cinder. Not you specifically, but
Oh yeah, no, I'm only on my second decade. Like,
right. So I think we're talking about like generations. So it left a scar, I think, in a lot of people's eyes.
you know, isn't that right, Mr. Kettle?
Are you calling me Kettle?
Yes, because you know you got some green in you, guy.
Right. And I've gotten abuse for that too, but I made something of myself.
And
So
I'm
it's okay.
trying so very hard to be the hero.
And you're doing well, but it's not something to overlook. And some people are a little more primitive in the thought processes, like apparently people in Korvosa.
Okay, sorry,
I mean,
Mr.
okay, I don't have a problem with other species trying to become civilized or however you wanted to say that. It's just more that, like, even the marshal's gonna have a tough time if somebody gets angry about a half orc. I mean, half orcs aren't uncommon, but they're not really common. I mean,
And especially half dorks like myself.
You're awfully tall for a dwarf.
I was adopted.
Oh, okay. But, you know, even like Shawanti gets side-eyed in Korvosa. Varisians get side-eyed in certain areas. Like, it's not necessarily a like hotbed of culture.
Well, Cinder, I'm sure you'll bring plenty of culture to them. And we can handle ourselves, I think. So any recommended places to stay or places to avoid specifically?
If you value your purse, you're going to stay away from the shingles.
Noted.
Probably avoid Old Korvosa for that same reason.
They got sticky fingers.
Old Korvosa's very poor. The town's just teeming with people. I don't know why they have me bringing more back. Stay out of the sewers.
Oh, we ain't making that mistake again.
Yeah.
I mean, you might want to just stay
Out of Korvosa.
Forever.
North Point. That's where the bank is. I mean, mostly you're going to want to stick around the Midland area. That's the majority of the shops where people go and visit. The Heights is where the nobles live. North Point is where the nicer families live. If you want the least amount of hassle, just stay in the Midland area.
Well, if you can secure us a place on that vessel, I don't plan on staying there very long. Or, well, that's to get to Korvosa, isn't it? Never mind. Because he's giving us the ride out of Veldrin.
Potentially, if there's a
Right.
boat that he can requisition. But the rest of the night will pass without incident. As Percy plays with her puppy.
He needs attention.
And that day, heading to town, man, the social encounters are on fire tonight. Klaus, your turn. Give me a d20 roll.
Ooh, lucky number 13.
Number 13.
Boy, oh boy.
As you guys are going, you're passing another wagon that's moving a bit slower. And the wagon driver just kind of waves at you, and as you pass by, the cages, you assume they're cages because they're square, but they're covered in cloth, and as you pass by, something growls at you.
I growl back. Ah,
Roll me an intimidate check.
I'm actually good at these. 1 sec, I gotta pull up the. I got a 21.
A 21.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever it was that was growling at you kind of just lets out a scared little whimper and stops growling at that point.
I will walk with my chest pumped up for the next few blocks.
Oh, you guys are in the wagon. You passed this wagon.
Can I do a perception of a 24? What
What do
was
you-
in the cage?
You're-
Or just anything about the wagon that would be off or different.
You're pretty sure that whatever was in that cage was animal or beast. And wasn't very happy about being in a cage, but quit bitching when Cinder growled at it.
See, I don't think Flint cares, but I'm curious. So
What you
I'm
gonna
not going to
do?
say much. I'm not doing anything.
I mean, this dude's heading in the same direction as you are. His wagon just moves a little slower. So you quickly outpace the man and are in Veldrin.
And Flint will have the wagon park a little close to the entrance and wait for that guy to come in. I want to see what it is. Or we'll just do a little delay. I'm not going to wait there all night, but
Yeah, it was about midday when you passed him, so he's probably a half a day behind you.
gotcha. All right, into Veldrin. How big is this town?
Veldrin is fairly large. A large port and tons of ships. You actually see a marshaling yard for the Navy here. And your boy O'Hannigan will inform you that Veldrin is the home of the Korvosa Navy because they're right at the mouth of Conqueror's Bay, is what it's called. So they're kind of the naval protection for Korvosa proper. It's really hard to raid the town by sea when you have to go through an entire army to get to it.
I'd say so.
Yep.
Where would you like us to drop you off at?
He directs you to a barracks to get out and see if there's anybody that he's got to get in with them, and gives you the name of an inn to go stay at that he likes to use while he's in town, which is fairly close to the barracks. It's actually called the Broken Shield. And he says, don't mind her. She'll look at your coin like it is fake, but she does that to everybody.
Noted. And then how long till we'll hear word about this possible ship you have us?
Give me about an hour to debrief, check on if I got anybody that I need to take, and ask around, and then I'll come join you for a drink.
Sounds good. So we'll head to the inn, I reckon.
Yes. Veldrin size, I have it as a large town that has up to, well, you'd have to actually go out and check the market, but it's just as big, if not, it's probably about double the size of Palin's Cove, with a large military presence.
Well, then maybe we'll use that hour to go walk around, see what they've got before we go in to meet O'Hannigan. So, any fancy shops or notable items we see as we go by?
As you're walking around, you do notice that there is a giant winch situated along the shoreline. That has a massive chain attached to it that stretches down into the water.
Would a warfare lore let me know what this might be?
Absolutely.
20.
20? Yeah, that is an ingenious device. That chain could be pulled up to block off the bay.
So it's like a drawbridge kind of idea.
Basically, yeah, think of it as a stop point for ships. People aren't going to be crossing that bridge, but no ship's going to get across that big giant chain either, except for wrecking themselves.
Smart idea.
As you're going, let's see. You're looking for something that would be interesting to you.
Not just to the group in general, but something that we don't find or haven't seen ordinarily in the towns we've visited.
There's a vendor who looks at you all and says, adventurers. I have some rings that you might be interested in.
What do they do?
The rings.
Well, this ring if you, and it's a heavy iron ring that's shaped to look like the head of a ram.
Classic.
If you activate this, the ram will burst forth, and depending on how long you focus, depends on how hard the ram hits.
I think Stanley had one, didn't he? I think I did on Stanley.
Ring of the Ram.
Yep. It was pretty cool. I do like it. How much are you willing to part with it for?
Oh, for you, it's 220 gold pieces.
It's
Looks at
a bit steep. What about for this innocent dog we have here?
what is it?
We're all kind of curious, but she's good.
But if you think that's too much, and he pulls aside a selection of other rings, then these will be out of your price range as well.
What all do these do? I just kind of peruse them.
Well, this one helps you against, acidic damage, this one cold, this one energy or electricity, this one fire, this one sonic effects.
And what's your price gouging on this?
And he's just looking at you like, you're insulting me here, sir. I run a good shop. I don't gouge people. I just pay them. I just charge them the cost that it is for me to charge them. And these rings would cost 245 gold pieces apiece. But obviously, you're not adventurers of some renown if you balk at such paltry prices.
Sure. Flynn will start to walk. Since nobody else is participating in anything.
Merk knows that we don't have enough money to.
Look, I'm just salty we
Spend
don't have
our-
a
You're on
ballista.
mute, Merk, so you literally can't.
Merk
Okay.
knows that we don't have enough money to buy rings.
Yeah, I think it's just one of these little hacklers that are trying to just sell us crap anyway.
I mean, even if it's good stuff, it's still not a ballista.
Very true. It is not a ballista.
He opens his trench coat and he has a ballista.
Over.
All right. Well, Flint's like 3 stores down now. So
But yeah, there's various vendors of various kinds. You can see magical weapons, wands, staves. Basically, the clue is that it's item level 6 in this town.
good deal. We really need to start doing some more jobs or get to Korvosa sooner. One or the other.
Yeah,
I need
stuff starts getting expensive.
I need his pip to start wiring me money.
There you go.
His Pip's a bit busy right now.
Yeah.
He got a delivery from a friend in Cheliax.
Oh. So many questions. Not enough time. All right, we'll make our little walk around town and then meet back at the inn.
And ship leaves at first light tomorrow. And I've gotten you all passage as I kind of stretched the truth a little bit and said that you helped me out against some monsters that were out and about. But I mean, I was out in the dark, so there could have been monsters that you saved me from.
Well,
There's Cinder.
if we didn't take anything away from it, there's Cinder, me, and Merk. So we're monsters. We were out and about. I don't think it was too much of a stretch.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Well, I'll buy his drinks for the night and then say, Merk, why don't you go give us a show? We haven't seen a show in a few days.
Look to
Yeah.
see if the stage here is empty.
The stage is empty.
All right. I
Cinder,
will.
why don't you help him with pyrotechnics?
Are you all right with that, Mark? Can I do a little embellishment with your words?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's.
right.
And I
Let's
will
double-
tell the tale of the battle against the servants of the Whispering Tyrant.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm down with that one.
Cinder, give me a performance check.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, it's loading up
Mhm.
again. I got a 25. I get a plus 10.
25. Wow.
Yeah, I do all actually this feat I took impressive performance, so my deeds of talking can work as diplomacy.
Wow. And then, Merk, what's your performance check?
29.
29. Wow. And are you both experts in performance at this point?
I don't think I'm even trained.
I'm
No, hold on,
trained.
Just trained?
let me see.
You would have to be trained.
I'm trained. I'm not an expert. I'm an expert in
Okay.
Arcana, and I think that's the only one I'm an expert in.
Well, each of you will earn 7 silver pieces for that performance.
Solid. And then I use my prestidigitation and stuff to do smoke and pyrotechnics to tell the story, and paint the enemies and smoke and us and fire, and maybe throw a method in there for good measure.
It was very, very well received performance. Standing ovation from all patrons. Not a dry seat in the house.
Hey, Merk, we just double dragoned this bitch.
Yep.
Do you want to do that again? That was actually pretty good.
We could. Yeah.
All right.
I'm really mad at you for naming the episode.
What, double dragon in this bitch, or wagon no heart ballista?
I think Double Dragon is going to be the.
No, it's
I wonder
Double
what
Dragon
that
this
is.
bitch.
Double. I mean, that's we're not a
Monetized.
we're not a rated E for everyone podcast, so we're good. We're rated O for offensive. But yeah, night passes without incident, and you guys will actually be in Korvosa by this time tomorrow.
Did we ever find out what was in the cage?
No, you didn't stop the dude. Dude didn't stop for you. You guys just kept on going.
All right.
Probably safer that way.
Probably the other saber tooth.
Yeah.
I know what was in the cage, though.
That's all that matters.
I also know why the cage bird sings.
That's it's good too.
Yeah.
Bird is the word.
Man, nothing but social encounters.
It's been an odd night for that.
Right? Like, they only happen on a 20, on a D20, and I've rolled a lot of 20s.
I mean, as long as you're wasting them on that.
Right.
I'm not wasting them. I'm not even using the good dice. It's just, but let's see what happens during your day at sea.
I kind of want the brine dragon, but at the same time, Don't.
I mean, that's even if that's what it was.
Yeah.
But no, this is a very well patrolled bay. I would have needed something rather significant to happen for an encounter right now. But congratulations.
All the way across the bay? Like,
Does that chain? Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes from
the brown spot by the mountains all the way back to Veldrin?
right from there to there.
That's a really big winch.
It is a giant winch. You're pretty sure it was pulled by a fleet of 8 oxen.
I'd say even more than that. That's a big space and a big chain.
Well, the thing is oxen are like draft horses. The more you put together, the more competitive they get, and it's exponential their pulling power compared to working by themselves.
Right, but I'm still just like, that just seems like a really big space. I'm impressed. But anywho, sorry. Our day adventure. Anything occur?
No. It is a quiet boat trip. Connor's asking you guys what your plans are after Korvosa.
Before I get off the boat, I would try to figure out and ask if they plan on having any patrols or routes to Magnamar in the next so many months.
We don't go to Magnamar.
I don't know if there's anything one-offs or anything that you did.
No, you'd have to. That's their territory. They don't really like our military presence over there. Heck, a few years back, a splinter faction of some of the Queen's guards got in some trouble at some lighthouse or something, I heard. So yeah, we don't have any presence now. The merchants trade. If you need a note, find a merchant vessel real easily.
But then our plan is, I guess, Merk, where are we going? We're going up on the other side of the mine spin?
5 King Mountains.
Yeah. So I guess we're venturing through the mountains for a bit.
Traveling through the Vale.
Yeah.
Well, dangerous trek. I mean, it's not well traveled, but there's the fort there, so you should be all right.
Well, I mean, if you want to take some vacation days, we'll tag along.
I appreciate it, but from what I understand, the Vale is a little bit tougher than.
It's just Shawanti. They're friendly enough if you know how to approach them.
Well, we've probably been through worse at this point.
I mean,
it depends on which tribe.
I look at Cinder, and just after we witness all of our friends literally die.
Wait, what are we talking about going into the subway?
No. I'm just recalling good times.
You okay? We've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You remember our first encounter? We fought Smelly Grandma.
Oh God.
That bitch is still following us.
I'm not gonna lie though. Above game, whenever we did one of our social interactions, I totally thought that she was gonna make a comeback, like in some reincarnation form. I was like, oh God damn it.
Yeah.
she might have been on the list somewhere. You just haven't rolled her up yet.
Nice.
So Yeah, no. About 20 years ago, I think at this point, the king called upon Sir Garrett Tolgrith to reclaim the Vale and open the trade routes. So it's much more tame than it was a decade ago. But from what I understand, they still have some roving monsters that come out. But Fort Thorn's still there. A little bit more past since it was. I haven't heard of any traders coming in from Ramappa since the Iron Fang Legion set up shop, but but welcome to Korvosa.
Happy to be here.
Well, we will head straight for North Point or Midland, whatever he had recommended.
Midland.
Yeah, we will not try to hang out near the port or anything as much as possible, or as least as possible, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I would recommend, I guess, myself and Percy and Cinder would stay inside the wagon with it covered, and Merk. And then Klaus and Madeira and Jade can sit on the front.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then we will find our lodging for the next day or so, or I guess a few days, because we're going to do the crafting stuff.
Yeah. So do you guys want to go ahead and kind of bed down for the night and then go get our weapons worked on?
Yeah, I think we just have to grab the materials for Merk to make them, right?
Well, he can make only one at a time, right? If we're having more than one.
Yeah.
Well, I can transfer one at a time. We've got one rune. We just need the other rune.
right, I think the plan was to have the people who you bought these ones from affix them to the weapons, and then Merk's doing one of your guys' weapons over the course of 4 days.
All right.
Yeah.
Whose weapon am I doing?
I would probably have you do mine since it's a bit more unique. I don't think I'd want to give it away to a shop.
Yeah, Merk, his sword looks completely different than that axe did previously.
I mean, weird things happen. And I got a 26 on the crafting to transfer the rune.
Yeah.
No problem. That will do it. And then the other one is going to, I believe, Cinder's hand wraps and Klaus's bow.
Yes. Cinder, are you getting one now?
I mean,
Alright.
if we got the money, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so it's between that and getting healer's gloves for Percy. Again,
Well, we still have
offer it again.
105 gold after paying for 2 striking.
Oh, so for 2 more, we still have 105.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, because we already paid for that first striking rune that I put on your sword.
gotcha.
So that would leave 21 gold for a rainy day emergency.
If we got the healer's gloves,
Yeah.
It'd be 80, so it'd leave you 35. Or
Oh.
25, rather.
25.
Okay. Well, that's fine if everyone's okay with it. We might as well get geared up now before we go into these shitty ass mountains.
Well, during those 4 days, can we all do earn income while Merk's working on that?
Yeah, you could do that. You could try to rumor hunt. You could try to see if there's any open jobs available. You could contact dive.
So I will do, what can I do? Athletics. What can I do? Athletics. Just go work on the dock.
You
Yep.
might be able to find some good contacts.
Right. So 2 days I'm going to do working, and then 2 days I will do one as a job hunt, or one as a contact hunt, one as a job hunt.
Okay.
So for my working days, it's a 19 athletics and a 25.
Well, you only need to make the check once. And
Okay.
what skill were you using?
Athletics. I was just going to go down to the dock and move freight or do whatever.
Okay. That sort of basic manual labor will get you 5 copper per day. So that's your first 2 days. Merk's working. Percy, what are you doing for the first 2 days?
I want a rumor hunt.
Rumor hunt? Okay. I'll need 2 perception checks from you. Klaus, what are you doing for your 2 days?
For the first 2 days, I'll do job hunt as well, just to see what I can come up with.
Okay, so you're looking for adventuring work. That'll be diplomacy checks. Cinder, what are you doing for 2 days?
For 2 days, I'll do performance to sort of spread our renown. So I'll do an earn income, or because what are the options? There's earn income, there's make contacts, and then there's job hunt. Those are the 3.
Job hunt, rumor hunt, earn income, and then anything else off of the downtime list. But I don't think you have any spells to learn or anything like that.
No. I figured I would try to talk us up, then try to hunt rumors, listen to rumors, talk us up, then try to make some contacts. So we'll do talk us up. So that would be make contact.
Check.
All right. That's a 23.
23. You earn 7 silver that day talking up the group.
Okay. So that'll be the first day talking about first time we go out to swing, we go against Smelly Grandma. We killed a 6-headed Hydra. We cleared out a 5-armed possum thing in 6 hours. Laying it on there. The next day, I'll try to be like, who needs some help with this?
Okay, so diplomacy check on that.
I can use with intimidating or inspiring performance. It allows me to use. Let me read it out exactly how it's written.
You can use performance instead of diplomacy.
Yeah, well, you can make an impression using performance, so it's only for making an impression.
So
you can use it for this as well.
Okay.
We are definitely buying the healer's gloves in.
Yeah, I'm down with it. A 26 for that.
Okay, Percy, what were your 2 days worth of perceptions?
I got a 23 and a 12.
23 and 12. Okay, so 1 rumor. Klaus, what were your diplomacy checks?
First one was 19 total, and the second was 22.
Okay. For those who are just looking to see if there are any job postings for adventurers or anything like that, you're not finding any leads in those 2 days.
Okay.
Percy,
Yes.
though, roll me a d20.
All right. 7.
7. All right. So we have you hear a rumor that the dwarves in Janderhof have hit a rich vein of mithril, and the crafters are excited. There's a buzz around town that the mithril should be getting delivered to Korvosa for purchase and sale any day now.
Aren't those the same dwarves that came back with tentacles on their face?
That was a rumor for. But yes, it is.
I'll relay that information to the group when we're all together after I hear the rumor.
And I'll say, weren't those the same dwarfs that came back with tentacles on their face? And then God will say, yes, from a different town.
Actually, Jade is the one who reminds you of that.
I guess that's something to look into. Here, Mithril. Mithril makes nice materials.
It's very nice. All right. Day 3. Percy, what are you doing?
I'll just go try to listen for rumors again.
All right. Perception check. Flint?
I think I'll go to the local guard or militia, whichever, and see if I can kind of get an in with somebody there and see if there's any jobs from them that we could possibly take. So diplomacy for a job.
Diplomacy or your lore, since you have a specific lore for the gathering.
It's
Everyone's higher.
25 for diplomacy.
25 for that. Percy, what was yours?
I got a 20.
20. All right. Klaus, what are you doing for the day?
I think I'm going to try again this third day one more time to see if I can find out any work for us to do, any solid leads. That is a 25 that time for diplomacy.
25 for diplomacy. All right. And Cinder, what are you doing?
So first it was renowned, then we're looking for a job hunt. I'll try to make some contacts today, I guess, with performance.
Okay. Or you could use your underworld lore.
My performance is better.
Okay. It depends on the type of contact you'll get, is really what it is.
I got a 25.
25 on that? All right.
I'm just a goblin trying to be good.
Just trying to be a good little goblo.
Why can't you accept me in this crooked town?
There's been, no major issues. Percy, give me a d20 roll.
Yes, sir. 20.
You hear rumor that there is some sort of monster out deeper in the sea that has wrecked a few ships. Right now they're talking about one merchantman that has been gone down recently, and then they think there was a wreckage of some other ship as well. Not certain what's caused it, but it's definitely causing a stir among town, wondering if trade goods are going to be choked off. Flynn, you make contact with Philip Grant.
And who is Philip Grant?
Philip Grant is a sergeant for the Korvosan Guard. And if you'll roll me a percentile,
Percentile.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's like math up in here.
96.
96. Okay. You start chit-chatting about adventure and whatnot, and he says he'd never gotten to act on it. But he had heard rumor of let's see. Roll me a d6.
The lion's head, which is a 6.
6. He had heard rumor of an artifact that had been lost. Let's see, where did it get lost at? Somewhere in the Mindspin Mountains. Not certain where. He'd heard about it from someone who had heard about it from someone. He never really got the adventuring bend, but you're looking for work, then finding an artifact should be something that you would like. This is all he's got for you at the moment. Basically what it is, from what he's understanding, that it's an orb that lets you control dragons.
Oh. Interesting.
Yep. Heard that it was somewhere deep in the Mindspin Mountains, and that's just the kind of thing that an adventurer probably wants to go look for.
Yeah, it might be more useful than what you know.
Yeah, could come in handy.
Klaus, yeah, there's still no like posted job leads for any sort of adventurers or anything like that.
Alrighty.
Then for Cinder, did a contact for his day. See if they've got any work for you. Cinder, you're actually harassed by somebody.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Who's harassing me?
This would be Guardsman Bjarnason.
All right, guy. I'm ready to strip him down to his bare soul and go back to crying into the lap of that wife he comes home to beat.
I taught him that line.
We don't appreciate you causing a ruckus out here, Goblin.
A ruckus?
Yeah, you're out here stirring up the crowd. From what I hear, you're being a bit excessive.
Excessive. From whom have you heard of my excessiveness?
The citizenry has complained of a rogue goblin running around, setting fires, blowing smoke.
Setting fires and blowing smoke. Are there any damages?
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Crit 20.
Nice.
What's your badge number?
What?
Your paperwork, your office, and I want to know who's your superior? Who do you talk to?
No.
We can go downtown and talk about it if you want.
You keep your nose clean, Goblin. And he scurries off and seems to think.
That's all that I'm trying to do. Anyway, heroes for hire, dropping hydras, saving villages, beating up smelly grandmas. All right.
And the crowd claps as you basically school this poor kid.
This poor little bigot. Yeah, fuck him.
Poor racists.
Well, I guess
it's really hard to be a racist right now.
The manner in which he treated me was just
really
so
easy
monstrous.
to be racist right now.
Yeah, there's like a whole.
You don't have to try to be racist.
The manner in which he treated me was just so monstrous. How could he barely? I can't believe he's a humanoid.
That's a little racist.
Anyway,
Actually,
heroes for hire.
It's now backgroundist because they got rid of the word race from the Pathfinder 2e core book. Heritageist, I don't know. All right, day 4. Purse, what you doing?
I'll just do another rumor. Listen.
Okay. Klaus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to earn income today, just a little side money.
All right, what are you doing to earn income?
I want to. Can I use my lore tanning in a town like this to try to earn some money?
Absolutely, you can. Flint, what are you doing?
So Flint's very specifically. Flint did not mention this orb to anybody. He's gonna try to find a contact with any historian or somebody that likes to deal in artifacts to maybe potentially find out more information.
There is a wizard school in town.
Yeah, so he'll kind of ask around for somebody who would be kind of niche into that and try to find a contact that way.
All right. Give me your diplomacy, Cinder. What are you doing?
I'm going to use my hero point.
That's fine.
That's better.
What am I doing? Is
Yes.
this another day?
Yeah, it's the last day before Merk's done and the weapons are done.
I'm just going to break down and earn some income because I've been drawing all of the wrong kind of attention apparently. So I'm going to go somewhere where they enjoy showmanship.
All right, give me your performance check. Percy, what was your perception check?
17.
17. No new rumors today. Klaus?
My lore tanning was 23.
23. You earned yourself. Are you trained expert?
I am trained.
7 silver. Cinder?
I'm going to go ahead and dump my hero point to re-roll that performance because I don't want to leave on something mediocre. So I got a 26.
26. All right. That will give you 7 silver. Flint?
23.
23 on your diplomacy check. You get introduced to Tilde Aces, a half-elf who tells you that what you're talking about sounds like an orb of dragon kind, and there are 10 of them in existence. Do you happen to know what kind of dragon it works with?
I haven't been told that. I've just been told the potential location is somewhere in the Mindspan Mountains. And I'm uncertain on the types of dragons that typically live there, or if that would even correlate with it.
It could. I mean, the Mindspin Mountains is a haven of giants and dragons and other creatures. Though, if you'd like something a bit more your speed than artifact hunting, I do have need. I have need of. Oh, shit. Let's see here. Bear with me. I have need of the scales and breath weapon sack of a green dragon. Doesn't have to be an old green dragon, even just a young green dragon will work. It has to be about, the dragon has to be about the size of a horse for this to work. And if you were to bring me said dragon bits, I would find my way of paying your group 200 gold pieces. And the ability to keep any loot that the dragon might have.
Can it be bigger than a horse? It just has to be the minimum size?
It's got to be minimums that size.
Is there any advice you can give me on dissecting a dragon for its breath weapon sack? I'm not much of a dragon expert.
Well, I'm not much of a harvester of creatures, but... And she goes, grabs a book and hands it to you. This should help.
What's the book's title?
The Slayer's Guide to Dragon Skinning.
Awesome. Well, if I can't make heads or tails out of this, I've got a few friends who should be able to. Do you have any leads on where exactly green dragons reside in the mountains?
Oh, green dragons like forests.
Okay. So, in the forest, do you have any around here that you know about a dragon?
Well, I know in the Fangwood in Nermathis there is a quite sizable green dragon. I don't necessarily know if that's something you would be able to go kill. I would assume that the forests around here probably have one deep in them.
Alrighty, well, I'll keep that as a backup plan, and we might just go take a hike one day and see what we can come across.
Excellent. If you do find that artifact, though, please feel free to bring it by. I'd love to study it.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm trying to figure out how to make this spell stronger.
What spell is that? I'm not much of a magic user, but I have a few friends that are.
Well, do you know about... And then she goes down this long, complicated magical theory.
And, like, his veins just going to be popping in his forehead trying to be nice because everybody's told him to be nice for the past 2 weeks. And he's just sweating, standing there.
Have you heard of that?
Is there a name? Just a name. I don't need I don't just the what's its name? I don't.
I just told you the name.
Just is there a short name? Is there an acronym, an abbreviation? Can you write it on a piece of paper?
If they want to discuss magical theory, they can come talk to me.
Oh,
I've
thank
taken up too much of your time, sir.
All right, kill green dragon. Okay, in woods. Going. Thank
Yes,
you. Nice,
thank you.
Nice to meet you, Miss Aces. Bye. Get outside, and like the air was very heavy in there, just from the amount of bullshit that wasn't iron and blood. So he'll go back and talk with Cinder and Merk about. He'll try to ramble some. She said something about a flux capacitor and increasing the diameter range of a 12 horsepower motor.
I think you're in the wrong game.
I'm gonna roll an
what?
Arcana check to try to make sense of what he just said.
But anyways, if
I
you
got a
wanted
28.
to try to
You're
figure something
pretty
out.
sure he was talking about some sort of gnomish invention.
Oh, I know about the gnomes. Where's this dude at? Where's the shop? We'll go talk to her.
Is it a she? It's a she, right? She's a
It's she.
Tildy.
Yes.
Tildy Halfling. Ace. Well, her last name was Aces.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'll escort him back down there, but I'm just going to open the door and push him in, and then shut the door back.
Well, actually, we'll pick this up next week.
Sounds good.
All right.